This is ASOTU Unscripted, and I'm your host, Errol Bomar.
Welcome, welcome, welcome. What's up, beautiful people? Errol Bomar here. This is ASOTUCON Unscripted. I'm super excited because we are off to day 2 at ASOTUCON 2025. We've been having some great conversations, and we're going to continue to do the same. So, you know what I'm going to ask you to do? I'm going to ask you to put your hands together, stump your feet, whatever you need to do to make noise for our next guest. So please do me a favor and help me welcome Judi Anderson. Judy.
Thank you. Hi, I'm great. How are you?
I am great. I'm hoping that I get lunch, right? Because, you know, it's busy, but busy is great.
I know.
I'm not complaining.
We're getting the steps in today.
Right. Yeah. So, first and foremost, I'm asking everybody this just to make it an easy opening. Is this your first ASOTUCON?
This is my 4th.
So you've been here every year. Oh, I love that. Well, welcome back.
Yeah.
I'm already looking forward to seeing you next year. Right. That's how we're gonna keep this going.
Okay.
So what is it about ASOTUCON that's made you make this a priority? Like, why? What's the reason you continue? Because, you know, there's some things where you say I've been once, I've been twice, but 4 is a big number. Why?
The first experience I had is I was like, these are my people.
Okay.
I mean, we sit front and center. We're glued to the stage.
Yeah.
You can go to every session that they have. You don't really miss out on like some of the bigger ones. And it's just the feel. This is exactly my position is for this. Like the two of them are married together. So
I love that.
I love the way the industry is going, and I wish we could do this 24/7.
Right, wouldn't it be great? Like just to kind of keep this momentum and energy and just all of it, right? It's like if we could bottle this up and just take it on the road and keep it going, it'll be phenomenal.
Yeah, we were talking to Paul and Kyle, and I just said the rest of the world has no idea what good people are in this industry.
Right.
They just don't know.
They just don't know, and you're absolutely correct. And I think that's part of the mission, because everyone that I've had the opportunity to sit down to, it's people, right? No matter how you got here, no matter what you're doing now, no matter your why, it's about the people that are connected to your purpose, right? Yeah. So tell me about, I say it, everyone has a hero origin story, right? And so tell me about your origin story. How did you get into the automotive world as a whole, and how did you end up here?
I went to college. I grew up in Minnesota.
Okay.
St. Paul, Minnesota. Baby of the family.
Okay.
The only one that went to a 4-year college to get a degree. I had no idea what I wanted to do.
Right.
No direction, no aspirations of anything in particular.
Right.
But what I always loved was hospitality.
Okay.
I was a waitress.
Yeah.
I was a car hop on roller skates. Anything that I could do to like elevate the experience for everyone in my life. My daughters, anyone that I'm around. But I went to school and I got my degree in communications.
Okay.
I wanted to be on TV. I wanted to be a newscaster. I wanted to do something like that and be in the limelight. So I've always been someone who wanted to be in the limelight.
Okay.
Out of college, I ended up being a commercial insurance underwriter, which was the complete opposite of all of those things, right? Got paid well, loved the job, but it was a desk job, and I'm like, my personality was in this little office, and I was going crazy. I had my first baby. I was never going to be a stay-at-home mom, but I fell in love, and I stayed home for 15 years.
Wow.
And I raised 2 girls.
That's amazing.
And
I love that.
took care of my family. Then I was ready to go back to work.
Right.
So now I have 15 years of no experience.
Right.
In the interim, I had my own business in marketing and promotions.
Okay.
Just did advertising and, promotional materials for small businesses.
Right.
And I liked that. I thought it was pretty cool. I liked the marketing. I liked promoting, doing special events and things. So when I went back into my search for a professional job, I didn't really care what industry I got into, but I just wanted it to be in that field.
Okay. Makes sense.
And I was desperate at the time. I'm just going to take whatever. And I ended up, through a relationship, found a marketing position at an auto group.
Okay.
I'm like, yeah, that's all right. I can do this. It was a job where I knew about a quarter of the things that were on the list. But because of the relationship, they're like, come on in. We'll pay you nothing, and you can come in and have a job with benefits. And I'm like, I'm in.
Right.
Yeah,
that's it.
Yeah, I was in. I worked there for 11 years.
Okay.
I was their marketing director. I grew into the position.
Wow.
And I loved every aspect of it. And mostly because of the diversity. the amount of people that I could interact with, being able to promote the products and be involved with all of that. I was not involved on the customer side.
Okay.
At all.
Okay.
Creeping up into COVID, I started realizing that I had a passion for not just promoting cars and just the group itself. It's like, where are our customers going?
Yeah.
Where'd they go?
Right.
And why aren't they coming back?
Yeah.
So I started feeling passionate about that, and I'm getting a little bit mad at the associates for not treating them well. And COVID hit, and my job was eliminated.
Okay.
Non-essential, non-revenue generating.
Right.
The best thing that ever happened to me.
Isn't that amazing how sometimes that's how it works?
When else in your life are you going to have 6 months where you can just kind of reevaluate?
Absolutely. Reposition
take some
yourself.
Time. I was living alone at the time. My girls were off in college, and I'm like, what am I going to do?
Yeah.
So I spent some time, and again, I'm like, I don't care what industry I get in, but I was desperate for a job. I had to get one. And but what I realized, I did a sticky note drill where you like put everything that's important about what you want on the wall.
Okay.
And you prioritize.
Right.
And the number one thing to me was I wanted to make people happy.
I love that.
I wanted to take care of people, and I wanted to spend time on that side of just life.
Right.
So I applied to everything that I could get. I tripped over a social media post on LinkedIn, and it was Liza Borges, Matt Walsh. They were all at this huge event.
Okay.
At the, where I don't know where they were, whatever they were. But I'm like, what is that? And it was an annual awards banquet for all the top performers. They were recognizing them. They were celebrating. Their spouses were there. It was technicians. It was service advisors. It was, whatever it was. And I'm like, I want to work with that. Like, I love that. And so I looked Liza up, and I'm like, it's an auto group. Didn't know it was going to be an auto group.
Right. Always an auto group.
Yeah. So through a relationship, I got a contact, and I interviewed with their leadership team with Matt and Liza. We talked for the 6 months.
Yes.
There was no position available. They were hanging on to who they could during COVID, and but they liked me.
Yeah.
And so they eventually hired me, and we created a position in customer experience, which didn't exist.
Wow.
And that was 4.5 years ago.
That's amazing. I love that.
Yeah.
I love that. Like
so,
just to hear that, like they love me, they created a position. And that's and I've said this before, but a lot of times passion and purpose will provide when paper doesn't, right? Like you said, like you looked on paper, there was no posting, there was no job listing, there was no like, oh yeah, here it is, this is the experience you need. It's like, no, I have a passion for this. I believe that this aligns with my purpose, and it provided, right?
And I'm a very emotional, empathetic person, and in my past roles, that was not a good thing.
Yeah.
It was not a sign of strength. It was the opposite of that.
Right.
And in this company, I'm embraced for it. We do strengths assessments, and my number one is individualism, which is mean I'm looking at you right now and wondering, how are you feeling? Why are you here, and what are you good at?
Right.
And then empathy.
I love that.
I'm getting paid now to be empathetic and to just be myself.
Which is amazing.
So I'm basically Claude Silver.
Yes.
I could be the director of care at CMA, but I love the industry and just the opportunities of being able to touch people and, just make their day.
Exactly.
Like we talked about today, a car purchase is extremely stressful. I get stressed.
It is, yeah.
And I'm in the industry.
Right.
But,
right. It's like we know people and we still get stressed about it sometimes. And it's important. That's great.
Yeah.
So you've kind of already interwoven it into your story. But I'm going to ask, if there is a specific time or point where you can reference and say, you know what? I love people more than I love this product.
It's when I started working with individual associates and trying to understand why they weren't able to provide the experience that we were hoping for.
Okay.
And as I found out, there's more going on.
Oh, understood.
It's not that they're purposely not doing that.
Yeah.
It's because, like we talked about yesterday and today, maybe kid missed the bus in the morning. And or he got up on the wrong side of the bed. And I think it's so important to really look at that and understand, are we giving our associates what they need? And so that was the point. I'm like, wow, I'm getting paid to understand and help our associates, who in turn are going to be helping all of our customers, hopefully the ones that we can keep for life. And that was a turning point for me. And then doing our internal assessments, where I found out that it's okay to be empathetic, and that I'm not a whiny baby, that I'm actually, it's a passion and a gift.
Yes.
And that it's okay.
It's a superpower, because some people lack it, or some people have to channel it, specifically, like they have to work at it and give it effort. But when it does come naturally, A, it's of course very genuine, but then also B, it's very well received, because to your point, like you mentioned, once you actually start talking to people and having the opportunity to sit down with them, you get a chance to get a glimpse in their story, right? Yeah. And the more you're able to understand someone's story, it allows you to kind of be able to create and look at them in the proper light, right? Because sometimes you can say like, oh, why are they dropping the ball? And you're like, oh, I understand this situation. But then it also allows you to hold them to a different type of accountability. Like, yes, I understand these things are going on. Right. So if these things are going on, what do we need to do to support you so that you can still, reach the goal that you have and that we have, and that's going to help everyone. So that's great. And
by the way, you're going to feel really good when you're able to figure that out.
Exactly.
How we can empower you. And so it's a very rewarding job and in the industry. And that's why when I come here, it's amazing to see everyone in this room, feeling the same way.
Yes, that's good. I love that. So for those out there wondering if they wanted to get in touch with you, contact you, find out more, maybe pick your brain for tips, where can they contact you at?
I'm on LinkedIn. And I also, Judi Anderson at CMA Cars.
There you go. I love it.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much for sitting down with us here on Unscripted.
Such a pleasure to meet you.
I agree. Same here.
Enjoyed.
And hopefully, did you have lunch?
Not yet.
Okay. No. Well, good. We're in the same boat.
Yeah. I'll be right soon.
Well, listen, thank you again for checking out and hanging with us here at Unscripted. I can't wait to see you on the next one. Until then, take care of yourself and those around you.
Thank you for listening to Unscripted. At ASOTU, we're obsessed with uniting people around one big idea, that thriving people are the only path to a thriving and profitable industry. If that resonates with you, then head over to morethancars.com, join our email list, and explore our full list of podcasts.